African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 8th of December, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkiv direction inflicted defeat on formations of the Territorial Defense Brigade and Border Detachment of the Ukrainian Border Service in the areas of the settlements of Tikhoe, Volchansk, and Kazachya Lopan in the Kharkiv region. The enemy lost up to 40 servicemen, a vehicle, and 2 D-30 howitzers. Units of the West Group of Forces occupied more advantageous positions, defeated the manpower and equipment of the tank, infantry, 2 mechanized brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Monachinovka, Ukrainian, Kondratrovka, Petropavlovka, Zagrozovo, Kupyansk in the Kharkiv region, and Torskoye in the Donetsk People's Republic. They repelled 11 counterattacks of assault groups of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The enemy's losses amounted to over 460 servicemen, a tank, an infantry fighting vehicle, 4 vehicles, a British-made 155mm FH-70 howitzer, a US-made 155mm M198 howitzer, an Kazachya 152mm self-propelled artillery mount, 2 Gvozdika 122mm self-propelled artillery mounts, a D-30 122mm howitzer, a Nona 120mm self-propelled artillery gun, 3 US-made 105mm M119 guns, and a D-44 85mm cannon. 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces improved their tactical position, defeated formations of a tank, 3 mechanized, mountain assault, airborne assault, 2 airmobile brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and a Marine brigade in the areas of the settlements of Yulikli, Ostrovskoye, Grigorovka, Verkhnekamenskoye, Privoli, Kurakovo, Yantarnoye, and Dakhnoye of the Donetsk People's Republic. We repelled 2 counterattacks by enemy formations. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 225 servicemen, an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 armored combat vehicles, a pickup truck, and a 122mm D-30 howitzer. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defense, defeated the manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized, infantry, ranger, motorized infantry brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, a Marine brigade and an assault brigade of the National Guard in the areas of the settlements of Dzержinsk, Shevchenko, Dmitrov, Tarasovka, and Novotoretskoye of the Donetsk People's Republic. Repulsed 8 counterattacks of armed formations of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The enemy lost over 500 servicemen, a vehicle, a US-made 155mm M777 howitzer, a 152mm Stabi howitzer, a 152mm D-20 gun, and 2 122mm D-30 howitzers. Units of the East Group of Forces, as a result of successful offensive actions, liberated the settlement of Blagovatnoye, Oktyabr State Farm, of the Donetsk People's Republic. Formations of the Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and 2 Territorial Defense Brigades were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Konstantinopol, Vremievka, Neskutchnoye, and Bogodar of the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks of enemy assault groups were repelled. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 190 servicemen, 2 152mm self-propelled artillery units Acacia, 2 combat armored vehicles Max Pro, and a 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Paladin made in the USA. A fuel depot was destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Otradokomenka and Antonovka in the Kherson region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 45 servicemen, 9 vehicles, a 152mm D-20 gun, 2 122mm D-30 howitzers, and 3 AUC multiple launch rocket systems. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation damaged the infrastructure of military airfields, energy facilities that ensure the operation of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine, as well as concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 139 districts. Air defense systems shot down 12 rockets from the Czech-made Vampire multiple launch rocket system and 88 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 649 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 37,468 unmanned aerial vehicles, 586 anti-aircraft missile systems, 19,705 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,500 multiple launch rocket systems, 19,220 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 29,096 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.